Hey there, VCE HHD students. My name is Andy. I'm a VCE Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video, we're going to look at what is a useful structure to utilise when answering questions about the different factors in Unit 3 and Unit 4 VCE HHD. Before we dive in, just a reminder, at the Health Resources Hub YouTube channel, there's over 100 videos available to support you in the lead up to the HHD exam this year, and a new one will be coming out each day between now and then. You can subscribe to get access to all of those videos with a button in the bottom corner of the video there. Please let your HHD friends and classmates know they can do so too. If you head to our website, thehrh.net.au, there's support there for teachers and students of VCE HHD, so please check that out. You can see our social media links there if you'd like to follow us and get alerts to new videos coming out each day, as well as HHD exam tips, and also our email if you've got any questions or suggestions videos you'd like me to work on. So when this video references the different factors in Unit 3 and Unit 4 VCE HHD, this is what I am referencing. So you can see here that for Unit 3, there are the biological, sociocultural and environmental factors that come up when looking at differences in health status and burden of disease between the population groups. And then when it comes to Unit 4, they're not explicitly referred to as factors in the key knowledge point, but it's very similar. So looking at things like access to safe water, sanitation, etc. And this is often used to consider differences in health status and burden of disease between low, middle and high income countries. So there is, I think, quite a useful structure that you can use when these types of questions pop up on the exam, because you can expect something, for example, that might give you a difference in health status, say between low and high SES groups. So it might be a difference in life expectancy. And then they might ask you to explain how a socio-cultural factor can contribute to that difference. And so these questions are typically worth 2 marks per example of a factor. And so I think there's a structure that makes these questions easy to answer, and students often struggle with the way that they set up, their answers to these questions. So you can see here, this is a structure that might be useful for you to practice. And so in the first one here, you'll see that I'm looking at the population group of those outside major cities compared to those within, and the factor is an environmental factor, so access to recreation facilities. So I think the first sentence should always be whatever the difference is for that factor, between the groups that you're looking at. So you can see there in example 1, I've got their populations outside major cities are likely to have less access to recreation facilities than those within major cities, full stop. And so that's the first sentence. The second sentence then should link into whatever the health status, example is that you're trying to make a link to. So I've then said those outside major cities are therefore less likely to be physically active and burn off excess energy, and that may contribute to them being overweight or obese, and a higher prevalence of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes when compared to those living within major cities. So typically in that second sentence, you're linking in, from your factor to a condition and then on to something to do with health status. And then it's same, across in Unit 4, you can see there example 2, I've said people in low income countries tend to have less access to safe water than people in high income countries. And so once again, the first sentence is just the difference in whatever the factor is between the groups that you're looking at. And then the second sentence is linking it onto a condition and something to do with, say, health status or burden of disease. So you can see there in example 2, I've then said this contributes to consumption of water contaminated with disease-causing pathogens and an increased number of people in low-income countries with conditions such as cholera, which can lead to premature death and contribute to a lower life expectancy for people in low-income countries when compared to high-income countries. So it's that structure, I think, that's really logical and should help you with questions about these different factors and linking into health status and burden of disease. Hopefully you found that useful and will help you in the lead up to the exam, because these types of questions are typically popping up on the exam most years. You can see the Health Resource Hub YouTube channel, our website, social media links, and our email. Thanks so much.